My biggest priority for my wedding was music. That was that and flowers. After narrowing down the selections to Joe Pett, which was definitely the best decision I made, all of my concerns were relieved. I definitely wanted people to be up and dancing. I've been to weddings where people are sitting around looking at each other, and I wanted it to be a party. My fiance, now husband, just kept calling it a bender, and Joe was able to really create that atmosphere. Everybody was involved, everybody danced. I'm talking uncles and aunts and friends who you never see on the dance floor. It was fabulous. I look at the video to this day, and I look at the photos, and I see my 75-year-old Uncle Sam out there dancing on the dance floor, and if Joe can get him to dance, then he can get anybody to dance. When putting together something of the caliber of a wedding, you have your DJ, your photographer, your videographer, your banquet captains. There's so many different components, and of course you want it to go smoothly. So I was concerned that I wanted to make sure all my vendors spoke with each other, communicated, and got everything on track. And Joe is right up there doing that. He coordinated with the photographer. He coordinated with our videographer. Made sure that the timing was right. Ensured all the pronunciations of everybody's name was right. He really hit the nail on the head with everything, and he had a great relationship with my venue, so that was perfect, and with the banquet captain. So he really focused on everything that needed to get done. Very concerned about how much my guests would enjoy the music. I worked very hard on putting together, just the right database of the specific songs with the specific artists. We reviewed it weeks before the wedding, and even up into the wedding. And I was afraid I was a little too obsessive, but there was no need for it, because I soon learned that I was in really good hands with Joe, and I wanted to. But that was a priority, is to make sure that my guests enjoyed the music, and sometime after now, people are still talking about it, and that makes me feel good. It definitely makes me feel I made the right decision, no doubt. As we go through the pictures and look at the video, we obviously all live, these great memories, and people will still comment, that it was great that this happened. It was great that happened with respect to the song choices. People really enjoyed themselves. People really got involved. And he kept it classy. That was really important. He kept it classy. With a beat away, you can't really go wrong. Any bride planning a wedding, it's a big undertaking, and of course you want the relationship you have with your vendor to go as perfectly and as smoothly as possible. And one vendor I can recommend that it will do just that is Joe. There's a lot of work into it, and he can appreciate where you're coming from, and he can relate to you. It's what he does. So he was an excellent choice. You go with him, and you go with a beat away, and you don't have to worry about it. Everything's in his hands, and you can worry about your other vendors.